Welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to talk about religion and beliefs in general. Today people argue all the time about what is true and what is God and what's the nature of the reality and many different things. People basically have there are millions of different opinions on different things, and of course, if everyone has their own opinion of something or their perspective on something, that they're going to argue because the ego is identified with their beliefs. So in this video, we're going to go deep on religion and the nature of beliefs so you can figure out what is really true. If you're interested in more content like this, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss other videos. And without further ado, let's hop into the video. Okay, so my claim is that every belief, by its definition, cannot be the truth. So what does that mean? It's deeply counterintuitive, but when you remove all the beliefs, only the truth remains. Because when you don't have these stories and beliefs, you see reality what it really is. The truth is behind the beliefs. Why is that important to say? Because many people think I can believe in something and that might be true. And I'm telling you, by definition, every belief cannot be truth. It can be true in a relative egoistic way, like for survival. I might say lemons are yellow and apples grow on trees. That's extremely specific and weird, but we'll take those examples. The sentences I said are not true. They're not the truth, but they can be true for my experience. Like, I see lemons and they seem yellow. I see apples and they do grow on trees. But realize that is ultimately a belief and that it can't be true. So how is that possible? Well, biology tells us that lemons aren't actually yellow. They reflect only yellow color, so we the eye thinks it's yellow. Uh, um, okay, not the best explanation, but basically, lemons aren't yellow. You just see them as yellow. So you can, when I say the claim lemons are yellow, it is relatively true sentence, but ultimately it's a belief. Everything you say, everything you think, that's all beliefs. You have to recognize, because when you're certain that lemons are yellow and that's the truth, you're tricked by your mind, and it's a huge trap because most people don't dig into their beliefs. They assume things and reality is just like it seems, and that's all. Well, how about apples growing on trees? Do you see any tree around here or apples on them? It might feel strange to say that that is a belief, but notice that you don't see any trees and you don't see apples on them, and It's a story you have in your head that apples grow on trees, and you people come and take them to the store, and then you buy them, and here you go. Recognize that's all stories. Not only that, it's the story and the belief that you think that the people get those apples and put them in stores, but also recognize that when you say I sometimes uh, buy apples from the store and I eat them, so I know apples are real and they have to come from trees. Recognize that's more stories. There are no apples here. That is a belief. Uh, how strange it may sound, that is a belief. If you're really honest, completely honest, you can admit it's a belief. My point is that you only have perceptions, and then you make stories and beliefs because ego, for its own sake and for survival, needs to have a sense of reality, and it needs to have all these beliefs because it feels safe. When you have a story about reality and when you think you got reality figured out, of course you feel safer, and your ego feels protected and grounded. It's the same with religion. Well, you might believe you have beliefs around about reality, about your day-to-day life, and about the physics of this universe, but that's not enough to people. Well, yes, religions came before science, so we now know there was a big bang, but still people who even believe in science are then say, but what made the big bang? And there's still open space for a creator. So to explain the reality, people form religions, and it's especially convenient to form a religion around the people, or better said, around the person who saw God. Like if Jesus, for example, saw God and he did miraculous things, of course people will like, okay, he's not human and he obviously saw God, so I'm gonna believe that. That sounds reasonable. The same goes with Buddha and every other every other guy who started a religion. The point is, there are these spiritual people who recognize God, or know God, better said, but the other people don't know God, and they only they take what these enlightened people say, and then they form millions of different beliefs around it, and then the version of God that we have today is a guy in the clouds, and with old guy in the clouds, and then you, when you die, go to heaven and you party with him or whatever. What is God? Well, when I say God, I mean everything that is, everything that exists. So it's not a, it's not a old guy in the clouds with dancing angels. He is here. This is everything that is. And of course, people who got enlightened have many different perspectives on what is. So That's why religions are basically all different in certain ways, but all the same in certain ways. They all point to the truth, but they're all beliefs and fake, not the truth. They point to the truth, but they're not truth. In this video, I just wanted to quickly explain what is religion, and I'm telling you not to believe in religion and not to believe in everything that you believe in, because there is no need for it. Only the separate self or the ego needs beliefs. And that's why it suffers so much. When you get rid of all the beliefs, you see the reality as it is. You see what really is. And you finally find that peace and happiness that everyone is searching in a million different ways. And don't get me wrong, religion can be useful, but realize that it can be only useful for the separate self. Um, it's like when you're a kid and you believe in the Santa Claus. Of course, it's fun and can be useful, but it's not. He's not real, and he only exists in your imagination. And after some time, you need to, if you want to grow up, grow out of this idea and realize it's fake. But what about the miracles? Jesus does miracles, and that proves he is God, and there is a God in the clouds. If he was right here and he did all the miracles that the things that you call miracles, that doesn't prove anything. Things are just happening. He can be creating wine from water or whatever you want, heal people. That's not miracle. That's just reality happening. And then you create beliefs. Oh, that means the Bible is right. That means the church is right, and that means that the God is that kind. He looks like what they say in the Bible or what church says, and you create all these stories from beliefs. I don't need to prove anything. You have your proof right here. I'm trying to explain because there are people who are interested in truth and who are sick and tired of religion and the beliefs that are ego driven. So I'm just here explaining. There are of course gonna be people who don't like this and who don't agree because well, you have your own beliefs, I have mine, and you have to respect that. Do your thing. There comes a time when you grow up from the beliefs and you don't need beliefs anymore. But everything has its own time. You might not be ready, or you might not want to admit it yet, but every path leads to God. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like it and comment down below, and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss other videos. See you in the next one. Bye.